All right, how are we, YouTube? Today we have a short, sort of 25-ish minute practice, which is really in service of regulating your nervous system. So if you're feeling a little stuck in your head, this will be a really nice opportunity to use the somatic practices of both movement and breath just to create like a little gear shift. So ideally you leave this practice just feeling like your feet are kind of back on the ground. So a couple of years ago now, I founded a company called LOOP Wellbeing, where really I work with clients one-on-one. I'm a psychotherapist, work with clients one-on-one actually to help them create kind of long-term sustainable pattern change. Because isn't it true that so much of our behavior, particularly the behavior that keeps us stuck or suffering, is unconscious? And often when we become aware of the unconscious patterns, we know what we should be doing, but then struggle to actually create the behavioral change to do things differently. And so here we can leverage off the practices of yoga, right? Mindfulness, somatic awareness, breathing, as a tool to create physiological changes in our nervous system patterning and have a greater likelihood of actually, creating the life that we want for ourselves, that we know that we deserve. So let's go ahead and get started with some pranayama. Just let your hands rest somewhere on your knees. If you're not already, sitting up onto something so that there's a little elevation through your hips. And let your eyes soften closed. And just that first little moment of arriving back into your inner space. And just notice your ability to soften. And you might feel that somatically with the shoulders relaxing down your back. You might just ease off any tension in your jaw. You might notice your abdomen, your belly muscles, just able to unclench. And notice how already, perhaps, there's just a little bit more presence. Right, what we know is that when the nervous system becomes activated or dysregulated, right, our mind functions less effectively. And so here, as we encourage the body just into some sense of easefulness, you might notice the capacity of your mind opening too. Okay, let's start to craft the breath very intentionally. Let's together breathe in. Pause and hold at the top. Out of your nose, please, breathe out. Let's do that again. Breathe in from the belly. Feel the breath rising up until you're full. Holding at the top. And then slowly with control, breathe out. Good. Let's do that again. Breathe in fully. Pause and hold at the top. We'll pause here for just a moment longer. And then let's work to slow down the exhale. So as you breathe out now, slowly, 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 slowly. Good. Let's go again. Breathe in. Hold on fullness. Staying nice and calm. And then slowly breathe out. Slowly, slowly, slowly. One final time here. Breathing in. Pausing to hold. Nice and relaxed. Belly soft. And exhale. Slowly, slowly, slowly. Good. Now drop back into a rhythm of breath that feels natural for you. And then slow that down just 10%. Okay, so I want you for the entirety of this practice to be breathing 5 to 10% slower than your waking day breathing. Okay, right, It's through reverse engineering the breath that we actually gain so much power over the state of our system. Let's start to introduce some movement. As you inhale, rise both of the arms up above your head. Let's press the palms to touch. Look up towards the heels of your hands. Take a breath here. Good. Stay to exhale. Now bend at your elbow points. Take the thumbs to the back of your neck. A little tone through your abdomen, and then start to pick up the sternum. Squeeze your elbows towards your head and lift your eyes. Let's inhale together. As you exhale, throw the hands forward, straight elbows, chin to chest. Scoop the belly in, round your upper back. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale, lift up. Press through the base of your seat to back bend, thumbs to the back of your neck. And as you exhale, throw the arms forwards, chin to chest, round through your spine. With breath, inhale, lift up, tip back. And exhale, squeeze all of the air out of your lungs. Good, tip your spine back to upright, take the arms out by your sides. Good, turn your thumbs to face down. Take the hands behind you, interlace the fingers, roll the shoulders, draw the fist away. And just with real subtlety here, move the head around. Notice any tension gripping through your neck. And again, check in with the jaw here. See if you could soften through your jaw. Good, really nice. Okay, let's release the hands. If there was something underneath you, slide it off to the side so that you can come onto your hands and knees. Good, stack the wrists underneath your shoulders, untuck the toes here. Okay, let's drop into a cow pose. Sink your rib cage, roll your shoulders back. And then come up into a cat pose, but lift up onto your fingertips. Give yourself more space. Good, flatten the palms, cow pose, breathing in. Remember breathing 5 to 10% slower, cat pose. Cow pose, inhale. Here's the change, tuck the toes, downward facing dog. Okay, first down dog of the practice, we'll just take a moment to land here. I like a little space between my feet. Hands are just a little bit wider than your shoulders. It should set your shoulders up for a nice kind of solid, strong grip. And as you push your hands down, you might feel your shoulders lift a little bit and your hips move higher towards your ceiling. All right, let's take a slow breath here. Slow breath out. Good. As you next inhale, drop your knees to the ground, back to cow pose. As you exhale, cat pose, come onto your fingertips, chin to chest. Flatten the palms, cow pose, breathe in. Tuck the toes to downward facing dog. Good, let's do that again. Inhale, drop the knees, cow pose. Exhale, cat pose on your fingertips. Just your breath, cow pose. To downward facing dog. Final time, cow pose, breathe in. Cat pose as you breathe out. Cow pose, flatten your palms. To downward facing dog. All right, we'll stay here to inhale. Stay here to exhale. Good. Let's pad the palms nice and slowly back toward your feet, back of the mat. And then take peace fingers, pistol grip your big toes. If that feels too far away, no problem. Just let your fingertips dangle. A little widening of your elbows as you draw your chest down over your legs. Little shake of the head, nod of the head. Just focusing on that slow breathing. It's very regulating for your system. The consistency of your breath sends the message back that you're safe.
Because what does it mean to have a dysregulated system? Well, it means that there's some perceived threat in your environment, whether it's real or imagined, doesn't matter. Your body will have the same response. Let's release the toes, lift up halfway, and fold forwards. Okay, listen carefully. I want you to start tapping your fingertips to the tops of your feet and just sort of notice the feeling in the tops of the feet. That awareness, that presence in your feet, and you might pair that with the mantra internally, I am here. I am here with the sensations in my feet. And then start to move up the ankles, the shins. And again, just let your mind be fully present to the sensations now in the lower half of your legs and feet. I am here. Then lifting up towards your knees, the backs of your knees. Present to the sensations. I am here. Starting to tilt your way up a little bit, fronts of the thighs, backs of the thighs. Fully present to the whole legs. I am here. Lifting up now, tapping the backs of the glutes, fronts of the hips. With a real genuineness, I am here in my hips. Feeling the lower half of your body come alive with sensation. Tap the belly. I am here. Around to the lower back. Feel the aliveness of your body. Tapping the front of the sternum. Collarbones, around the sides of your ribs, to the best of your ability, your upper back. I am here. So we're getting out of the head and into the body. Go to the tops of your shoulders, and then down your upper arms. Feeling your arms to your elbows, to your forearms. To the backs of each hand, I am here. Come up to the circumference of your neck, front and back. I am here. And then around to the face, tapping above the brow, below the eyes, the jawline. Just with the tops of your fingers, just lightly tapping, I am here. Eventually to the crown of the head, top of the skull, wrap around to the back of the skull, the ears. I am here. And then release. See if you could feel your whole body at once. Tingling in the whole body. I am here. Okay, let's rise the arms as you breathe in. Keep awareness in the body, fold forwards. Halfway lift as you inhale. Exhale to fold. Right, walk your hands forwards. This time we'll land in plank pose, shoulders out over your wrists, heels up over your toes. I want you to feel your legs engage, right? So lift up through your kneecaps, a little squeeze of your glutes, even the core muscles are wrapping in. Hips aren't piking up or sagging down. We're in a nice straight line. My shoulder blades are puffing a little to the ceiling. Holding here. Easy breath. Good, listen carefully. Step right foot outside of right hand. Come up onto your fingertips and then slowly lower your back knee down to the ground. Nice work. Untuck through the back toes, roll the shoulders back as you breathe in. Stay, lift your eyes forwards to the horizon on your breath out. Good, we'll take one more breath here. Sink your left hip down towards the floor. Good, tuck the back toes, lift up off the back knee, stay really light on your fingertips. Left hand stays underneath the shoulder, right arm twists open towards the ceiling. So I really want the effort to be through your legs here, grounding down through the feet. Get even lighter on those left fingers, maybe they're barely touching the ground.
Back leg is super strong. Last breath. Circle the arm back and then down to frame the front foot. Heel toe the right foot back into the center of the mat. And again, we'll drop the back knee. Reach the arms up above you, low lunge. Good. Press your palms to touch. Look up towards the heels of your hands. Bend your elbows, thumbs towards the back of your neck. Tone your core. Lift up. Inhale. Good. Throw your arms forwards. Pull out of the lunge a little, chin to chest. Just one more like that. Inhale, bend the front knee a lot, lift up. And exhale, pull back, round your spine, chin to chest. Good. Arms reach up, this time big circle of the hands down to frame the foot, tuck the back toes, step back, down dog. Gentle breath in, slow breath out. Another one like that, breathing in, breathing out. All right, let's again pad the hands back towards your feet, back of the mat. This time we're going to rise straight up to standing. Reach the arms above you, press the palms to touch, inhale. To chair pose as you exhale. Separate the hands, sit your weight back into your heels. Little scoop of the tail through your legs so that your lower back is nice and full, it's not hollow. Good, stay with me. Eyes are lifted, breathe in. Sit a little lower, ground your mind as you breathe out. Inhale here. And fold. Halfway lift. Fold forwards. Walk your hands forwards, plank pose. Again, long and strong in your plank. Holding here. This time we'll count down just from 3, 2, on 1. Left knee, left shoulder. Step the foot outside of the hand. Good. Come onto your fingertips. Slowly lower the back knee down. Untuck the back toes. Start to lift your eyes, your chest forwards. Sink your right hip down to the floor. 2 slow breaths. Really nice. Okay, tuck the back toes, lift up off the back knee, stay really light on your fingertips, right hand under the shoulder, left arm twists open. Good, grounding down into your legs here. Your glutes should be firm to touch. Maybe get a little lighter on your fingertips. Good, keep dropping the right side ribcage underneath you. And then circle the hand back and down to the floor. Heel toe the left foot into the center. Again, lower the back knee, rise your arms, low lunge. Press the palms together, lift up the eyes, bend your elbows, lunge deeply, breathing in. Good, throw the arms forwards, pull back, round your spine to breathe out. One more like that. Inhale, lunge, lift, and exhale, round, chin to chest. Good, reach the arms up, big circle of the shoulders down, tuck the back toes to down dog. Easy inhale, easy exhale. Breathing in, breathing out. Okay, you can look forwards, lift up onto your tiptoes, bend your knees, find a little hop, top of your mat, halfway lift. Fold forwards. Let's rise up through the arms, press the palms to touch, look up, back down to chair pose. Again, ground your weight here, ground your attention. Okay, there's a little more demand on the body here with this strength, so stay focused. Keep that breath smooth and calm. All right, here's the change. Lift up onto your tippy toes. See if you could stack your spine up over your hips. And then slowly, hips down to rest on your heels. Good. All right, stay with me here. Interlace the hands behind your back. Very lightly, roll the shoulders down, Pull the fist away. Gentle back bend. Good, just do your best. Maybe you start to lift your eyes for 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Release the hands, stay in the toe stretch. Palms forwards in front of you. Widen your knees as you reach your fingers forwards. Let your hips sit down to the floor. Good. All right, straighten your legs long. Paschimottanasana. Reach the arms up. Breathe in. Fold forwards, 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 and down to breathe out. Okay, so we'll pause here. And at this point in the pause, start to attune even more sensitively to your breathing. Now, the first sign of dysregulation in the nervous system is usually the breath. We say that the breath is the first responder of the body. And so if you're thinking a lot, if you're stuck in your head, if you're feeling anxious, or even the opposite, a little low or depressed, tuning into the way that this impacts your breathing can be really valuable information. And then we can reverse engineer the breath to signal back to the body a sense of ease. And so that's what we're doing here. We're moving the body, we're getting the blood flowing, the mind present. And we're crafting the breath in a way that helps the body know that this moment is safe. A couple more breaths here. You might see if you could fold in towards your legs a little more deeply. Good. Okay, please walk your hands back up your legs. Sit upright for a moment. Let your spine adjust back to neutral. Okay, listen carefully. Just a little rock back onto your hips. Navasana boat pose. Lengthen your spine. You could reach your arms forwards. Sandwich your belly in towards your thighs, holding here. Just doing your best to keep your composure. You know, isn't it true that when we feel strong through our core, strong through our center, we feel more capable? So just notice how capable you are here. All right, last breath. Step your feet to the ground, wrap your arms around the fronts of your shins and fold inwards. Okay, this is where you have two choices. We'll move in towards our inversion practice where we'll get upside down. So option 1 would be headstand. We're going to come forwards, move onto our forearms and lift our legs up. If that's not for you, if you don't have a confident headstand practice, you'll do the opposite. You're going to lay back and you can either slide a block or a bolster underneath your hips and just let your legs lift up into the air. Okay, so a couple of choices. There's no better way, there's just your way. And wherever you are and whatever you decide to do, commit to that fully. And we'll be here for just a little bit of time. So if you're in your headstand, find your composure. Little to no weight through the head or neck, it's all through your shoulders. Okay, staying with it, staying upside down for a little longer. Let's say 30 more seconds if you're in your headstand. If you are on your back, you could reach your arms back behind you, grab a hold of your elbows. All right, headstanders, final breath. Slowly bring your feet back to the ground. You can rest in child's pose for a couple of moments until you eventually meet us on your back. If you're already on your back, move your prop off to the side, hug the knees in towards your chest. All right, let's move into a happy baby. Hold the outer edges of your feet. Roll your shoulders back and down. And see if you could attempt to flatten your sacrum against the floor. So we're trying to get our back nice and flat against the ground while simultaneously pulling the feet as we push the heels. All right, slow breath. Really nice. Release your feet. Bring the knees back in towards your chest. Give yourself a final squeeze here. Lift the forehead up towards your knees. And then two choices. You can lay down for Shavasana as option one. Option two would be to join me in a seat for seated meditation. Again, there's no right way. Right, it's just your way today. If you're lying down for Shavasana, the invitation is just really to practice the art of fully letting go. Let your body be heavy. And let your mind sort of relax. And if you're in your meditation, if you're in your seat, we're working towards Dharana, single pointed awareness, concentration. And the anchor today is simply the breath. So you're just witnessing and watching one breath at a time. Let go of the need to breathe slowly. Let the breath move on its own. Okay, just a quick practice today. So if you do have more time, the privilege of time, then please feel free just to stay as you are. Continue to practice either your concentration or just this art of really letting go. And my greatest wish is that you leave this practice feeling just a little more in tune with yourself, a little more grounded in presence. But in the same breath, if you sense that you need some more support for your mind, right, please know that there is support available. As I said, at LOOP Wellbeing, we offer one-to-one therapy, really in service of building these tools, building on these tools as a way of creating, really sustainable change in the mind and therefore in life. Okay, don't hesitate to reach out. Take really good care of yourselves. I'll see you next time on the mat.